So this is the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now compared to last year's Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, there are 5 major upgrades, 2 controversial changes, and 1 feature that honestly surprised me. And yes, we need to talk about Samsung quietly moving from titanium back to aluminum. Let's start with the design because this is where the debate begins. At first glance, the S26 Ultra looks familiar. It still has that bold Ultra identity, but the edges are slightly more rounded now, and that makes a noticeable difference in hand. It feels softer, more comfortable, less sharp and boxy. But here's the big shift. Last year, we had a titanium frame. This year, it's aluminum. On paper, titanium sounds more premium, stronger, more ultra. Aluminum sounds like a step back. But then you hold the phone, and it weighs around 215 grams. Noticeably lighter than the S25 Ultra. And honestly, you feel that difference immediately. It's more balanced and easier to use for long periods. So Samsung clearly chose comfort and usability over pure material flex. Whether you call that practical or cost-cutting is up to you. Now the display is where Samsung really stepped things up. The S26 Ultra uses the new M14 OLED panel and 2600 nits peak brightness. The resolution remains 3120 by 1440, and it's still 120 Hz, but the panel itself is brighter and more efficient. And then comes what might be the most interesting feature of this entire phone, the privacy display. Samsung has essentially built a privacy screen directly into the phone. You know those privacy screen protectors people buy separately so strangers can't peek at their screen? This is that, but integrated. With a simple toggle, the display darkens at off angles so only the person looking straight at it can see clearly. There's even a maximum privacy mode that makes side viewing even harder. Though Samsung warns it can slightly affect normal viewing. You can also set it to automatically activate for specific apps, for notifications, or when entering your PIN or password. Performance-wise, this is the biggest internal leap. The S26 Ultra runs on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and Samsung actually provided numbers this time. Compared to the S25 Ultra, you get 39% better NPU performance, 24% better GPU performance, and 19% better CPU performance. That NPU jump is massive because it directly impacts AI tasks, camera processing, smart editing, and background intelligence. This isn't just about opening apps faster. This is about smarter photography, better real-time processing, and long-term efficiency. It's the kind of upgrade you might not notice in the first 5 minutes, but you'll feel it over months of use. Speaking of cameras, the hardware remains powerful. You're still getting the 200 megapixel HP2 main camera with an f1.4 aperture, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide, a 50 megapixel 5x telephoto at f2.9, a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 12 megapixel front camera with autofocus. On paper, that sounds familiar, but paired with the stronger NPU and updated Pro Visual Engine, image processing should be sharper, HDR smarter, and night shots cleaner. Battery stays at 5000 mAh, but here's where we finally see a charging upgrade. Last year's S25 Ultra supported 45-watt fast charging. This year, 60-watt fast charging. That's a meaningful jump. Samsung claims up to 75% charge in around 30 minutes, and up to 31 hours of video playback. So even though the battery capacity hasn't changed, charging speed and efficiency have improved, and that makes daily life easier. Now let's address the other controversial move. There is no Bluetooth S Pen. For many users, this won't matter. But for power users who actually use those features, it's definitely a noticeable change. So the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't a dramatic redesign. It's smarter, lighter, brighter, and more privacy-focused. The major upgrades are the new Snapdragon chip with massive NPU gains, the M14 OLED panel with 2600 nits brightness, the built-in privacy display, the more comfortable rounded design, and AI-driven camera refinement. The trade-offs? Titanium to aluminum and no Bluetooth S Pen. If you own the S25 Ultra, this isn't a panic upgrade. But if you're coming from an older Galaxy device, this is a serious powerhouse. Samsung didn't try to shock us this year. They optimized the experience, and sometimes that's the smarter move. Now tell me, are you excited about the privacy display, or are you still not over the titanium downgrade? Let me know.